Let's focus on what we know right now, that the tariffs on China and the fact that China has retaliated. Tell me about how it impacts your business. I know China's a big beer market, actually the biggest beer drinking market in the world. But when it comes to spirits, what are you seeing there?
Well, unfortunately, China's not a big market for U.S. distilled spirits, and that's due to tariffs. It's only a $15 million market, believe it or not, for American whiskey. So that hasn't been so much of a focus, but obviously we've been closely monitoring and concerned about the developments in Canada, Mexico, and certainly had a sigh of relief with yesterday's 30-day reprieve.
Matt, coming over to you. Different story for your business and the people in your industry group. A lot of production obviously happens in China, whether it's footwear or apparel. These 10% tariffs and also the retaliatory tariffs, how do they impact the companies in your industry group?
Yeah, hey, Frank. First and foremost, it just creates a ton of uncertainty in our supply chains. And so we already pay upwards of $3 billion, $4 billion a year in tariffs. And we brought in about $10 billion in footwear from China last year alone. So you add this additional 10% on top of that, you're looking at an additional $1 billion for our American companies who are importing these products for American consumers. So at a time when the president's mandate is strictly focused on reducing costs for consumers across the board, this is an interesting step to accomplish that goal. And we're trying to figure out what's going to happen next and how our companies can best cost their goods in the weeks and months to come.
Now, when you say cost their goods, are you talking about whether they pass along those tariffs to consumers or they absorb them? What exactly do you mean?
That's exactly right. So the question comes down to what is the retailer willing to take on, meaning what's the consumer willing to spend? How much discretionary income is out there? And if you think about these actions, particularly on China, China sends us a ton of goods across the board. And so if we're adding an additional 10% cost on that, that's going to drive up prices on a variety of different goods, and that's going to take away discretionary income from American consumers. And so the question comes down to who's left holding the bag? Can the consumer take those prices on, or does it make our American companies less competitive, drive up costs, and then tamper down on job creation here in the States?
Chris, coming back over to you, when we talk about tariffs, whether it's China, Canada, Mexico, or potentially over in Europe, what is your chief concern? Are you concerned about substitution or sentiment? I mean, if you drink, Tennessee whiskey, you drink Tennessee whiskey. If you drink Kentucky bourbon, you drink Kentucky bourbon. Do you think people won't buy those things because of the price, or will they just find alternatives?
Well, what's unique about our industry is you've hit it on the head. We're distinct products, right? So we're not widgets, not like for like. And this is where our industry would argue we shouldn't even be involved in these tariff trade wars, because you can only make American whiskey in the United States and Canadian whiskey in Canada and so forth, right? So very, very different. Look, our industry has thrived when there's been fair trade, zero for zero tariffs altogether. Give you an example. In 1997, the U.S. and the EU agreed to zero for zero tariffs for distilled spirits, and our industry has since thrived by a 450% increase, benefiting consumers first and foremost, getting to enjoy a lot of range of different kind of products, but at the same time, great growth for American whiskey and European spirits as well.
All right, Chris, I'm going to stick with you for a second. We actually heard from Diageo, one of the largest spirits companies in the world, saying they can't give their medium-term guidance. They believe they're going to take a multi-million-dollar hit when it comes to its overall profit. When you're talking to the companies in your group, what's changing right now as they try to adjust to this? Are they changing their plans for CapEx potentially? Are they changing their plans for hiring expansion? What's the biggest change that you're hearing from the CEOs and other companies in your group?
Well, as Matt mentioned, I mean, we're navigating a lot of uncertainty, and contingency plans have to be in place. I mean, we've got potential trade and tariff risks between the U.S. and the EU, obviously Mexico and Canada. All four markets are thriving markets. So, but we also have to recognize and appreciate the president's trying to reduce the trade deficit. Of course, certainly the fentanyl crisis is a significant one for the United States and communities all around the country. So, we're going to buckle up as an industry and be consumer-led and just make sure we work with the governments to find common ground.
So, Matt, similar question. When it comes to the companies in your group, what's the plan? I mean, what do they do? Is it about diversifying supply chains? Is it about making different decisions? Is it about simply just increasing prices? What are the next steps, at least in this early stage of this trade war?
Yeah, that's a great question, Frank. So for us, a lot of our companies will begin hedging their bets, meaning they may seek a higher increase in prices to the consumer above and beyond the 10%, not knowing where this plane will land from a percentage perspective. But when you look at our industry when it comes to diversification, in 2009, 2010, we had 87% of our volume came out of China for footwear to the U.S. marketplace. That number is now 58%. So there's been many market forces driving us to diversify, but it's not easy to pick up a shoe factory and move it. It takes capital investment, labor investment, material supply chain movement and consolidation, and all those things don't happen overnight. So we've been moving since 2010 to diversify the supply chain, but it's inevitable. Most of the shoes that come out of China are those that are sold to working families, to union families in the Midwest. Those shoes are going to go up in price. And so it seems to us that we want to work with the president to ensure we're tamping down on inflation and trying to keep prices competitive for a consumer that's going to see price increases across the board if these actions continue.
You know, Matt, we're almost out of time, but I do want to ask very quickly, at least right now, is there a push to move production to the U.S.? Is that actually possible?
You know, there's some niche opportunities to produce here in the U.S. Some brands already do it, but they do not do it because there are tariffs in place. We've been paying tariffs since 1930, and the jobs have long migrated and diversified away from the U.S. It's seen as a maturation process in our economy, right? Even the Chinese want to get out of footwear production ultimately, and so for us, there's some opportunities here and there, but it will not meet the insatiable appetite of 2.5 billion pairs of shoes that we import in every single year to meet consumer demand here in the States.